Let's talk about Jeskai Thing. This is a pseudo combo burn deck that either looks to rush through flipping an Awoken Horror very quickly to clear the board, along with all of your cheap, efficient removal to keep opposing creature decks in check. And then against more controlling decks, you have a card like Pyromancer Ascension to allow you to basically become a combo burn deck, turning your helixes and your bolts into 6 points of damage. Someone asked about mission briefing, so I'm going to mention that really quickly before we start. I don't think mission briefing is necessarily going to do very well in this deck. We only have 18 lands total, and 3 of them don't make blue mana. So, like, having triple blue, and, like, if you'll look at this deck, you'll note that there's no 3 mana cards in the main deck. 3 mana is a lot of mana in this deck, and I'm not sure it's mana that you want to be spending to, like, cantrip again. Alec, thank you very much for the very generous bits. I appreciate that. Thank you for the support. So I think because I already have my second land here, I'm actually going to wait a turn to play the Serum Visions. Because if I play the Serum Visions post Thing in the Ice, I'm able to remove a counter from it. Alrighty. Well, this is... yeah, this is Burgle's configuration of the deck. He's worked on it a good bit. And as any smart Magic player should when I'm playing a deck that somebody else has submitted, that has a lot of experience, and really I defer to their experience. This matchup's probably really bad for us. If they get to do their thing, they're kind of just going to run us out. Comments are disabled for every one of my videos on YouTube, because I've never read a YouTube video and thought to myself, you know what? Reading this just really enriched my life. I am a better person for having read this YouTube video. Let's see, if they don't do their thing right away, we can probably race them a little bit here. Yeah, I stopped doing that, Giantobot, because I was reminded that I was an idiot and that was a mistake to do. I don't really know what exactly I'm looking for here. Maybe a Pyromancer Ascension at this point. So we'll bolt them at end of turn, and the next turn we'll Sleight of Hand and attack them for 7. The problem is when the Restore Balance deck goes off, it actually kills a lot of our lands too, which kind of sucks for us. And they could Restore Balance as early as next turn. Do I have any cards for this matchup? I have like 2 negates. I might just move on with my life. There's a deck list on your screen. If you're on mobile, you can type !deck in chat to get a link to the deck list. We do our best to make information accessible for people watching that can answer a lot of their own questions. And I think the biggest thing that I hate from other creators is when they talk about, like, their YouTube comments are terrible, but that's not their responsibility. In my opinion, if you are creating a space for people to communicate and post ideas, you're responsible for moderating that space and what goes on there. So, like, when creators just ignore the comments under their YouTube videos and let rancid things happen there where people degrade and attack other people, they should be responsible for that. If you don't want to be responsible for the comments under your video and moderate them reasonably, don't have comments under your videos. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to engage and respond to those comments, but, like, actually do that. Don't just ignore them. Sounds really sweet. Sounds great. Is Restore Balance, like, worse living in? Yeah, basically, Pikes, we've played a little bit of Restore Balance on stream before, and it has very similar matchup spread to Living End, while also, like, losing to Stony Silence. Could you not argue that creators aren't creating the space, that it's YouTube creating space? No, YouTube is giving you an avenue to create a space yourself. So YouTube is not creating that space. YouTube is saying, here, I'm giving you the ability to create something, go use it. Twitch Prime and Amazon, if you have Amazon Prime, you automatically have Twitch Prime. So if you have Twitch Prime, or Amazon Prime, and you link your Amazon account to your Twitch account, you get Twitch Prime included with that for free. They had Gargadon suspended, Zalabar, so I was going to lose all of my lands and my creature, and we were very dead. Yeah, completely agree, Manatithe. And like, as once upon a time, as someone who has a very, very heavily moderated Twitch chat, like, it's possible to moderate your stuff. Like, you can be responsible and moderate it, or you could be lazy and give some kind of cop out and say that this like isn't your fault or your responsibility. We're so well organized, we time ourselves out. Exactly. God bless us, everyone. Sounds good, Burgle. I'll do that. Yeah, I remember you mentioning that. I didn't want to... I like Bedlam Reveler. I like drawing a bunch of cards at once. It is nice that Bedlam Reveler is like a card, or Chandra's a card that like doesn't get hosed by graveyard hate that they bring in against you though. So I can see the appeal. Yeah, I was spending too much time moderating YouTube comments for how much of a return YouTube comments provide, so it thus became not worth my time. Bye-bye, TT. Yeah, they came out really well, Coma Cake. Is Twitch chat my best friend? I don't know about best friend, but they're up there. YouTube comments themselves, no, they really don't provide a return. I meant in terms of like, they're fate sealing me. Oh, I guess I'm a Lightning Helix deck. That kind of makes sense. Ooh, we get to get Ascension online here. I'm gonna make blue here, actually, I think. So... Believe it or not, I don't own and operate Cool Stuff Inc., so if you're having an issue with their site, I'd ask that you please direct your attention towards them. Rallying together against people throwing shade isn't how things work out on the internet most of the time. It generally just turns into people just a giant crap show of like people being rude and terrible to each other. How much to buy your friendship? Oh gosh, we found another Helix. Oh, there's a Sleight of Hand. That's perfect. I'm gonna bottom this, top this. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Well, if they had a Detention Sphere, they probably would have played it last turn, I think. I think they would have played a Detention Sphere last turn. I have no idea what you're talking about, DH Red. Do I take this last Ascension in case they have a D-Sphere? I think I do, right? I think I actually just keep both of these. Yeah, a lot of blue-white only plays one D-Sphere. Playing the second Ascension out is also better against Teferi next turn, if they have 5 mana Teferi. Omaha, thank you. Thank you for the brand new Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for supporting my content here. So we get to be our combo burn deck next turn. If we get to untap with both of these. We have 18 damage next turn, actually, if we get to untap with these Ascensions. Yeah, this is kind of like if Jeskai Control and Storm had a baby. Like this is what the deck would look like. If Jeskai Control and Storm had a small child, it would be this deck. All right, this is fine. Cause like they're gonna take the Manamorphose here if they're smart. Thanks, Windmagus. It's just the truth, right? Like, I watch a lot of Twitch too, right? Like, I'm like you all. When I'm not working, or you know, I can't watch Twitch while I work like a lot of people do. When I'm just like out and about, like occasionally Christy and I watch a Netflix show together, but like the bulk of my content consumption comes from Twitch. Oh, could I have killed him in response? Oh yeah, I could have Manamorphosed and then double Helixed, right? I could have killed them in response there. Yeah, that's a good catch. That's fine. They're probably still dead. I get like 6 shots at a thing here. Lightning bolts and Manamorphose are both lethal. Who do I watch? Just a lot of other people that stream Modern most of the time. All right, they're dead. Nice control deck. Hey, you glad you registered Hallowed Fountain today, opponent? I'm glad you registered Hallowed Fountain today. Cast triple Manamorphose. Yeah, but this isn't a Hallowed Fountain deck. This is a deck that plays Hallowed Fountain. This is not a Hallowed Fountain deck. And I know for some of your newer viewers, that could be confusing, but trust me, it's the truth. All right, I would like to bolt you. I would like to Helix you. I would like to Helix you again. How's that? How's the lightning taste? You know what, the lightning comes before the thunder, chat. The thunder comes before the lightning. One of these things comes first. Either way, the opponent's dead. The Red Panda is continuing their sub gift. Thank you very much, Red Panda, for re-upping there. I appreciate the continued support. All right, this is a Wear, Tear, Negate in matchup. No, I conceded the Restore Balance match. I conceded during sideboarding. What do I cut here? Is it just Path to Exile? And then, what's my last trim? Oh, I want Monastery Mentor here too. Looting. I feel like I cut looting last time and like regretted it. It's probably right. It's probably right. Nah, I don't think we really care about Azcanta. No, I think Thing in the Ice is important because we want to stress their answers so that way Monastery Mentor can stick. Like, if any of our threats stick, we kill them very quickly with them. So, we're not blanking their removal spells, so I just want to, like, overload them, basically. For those that are just popping in, if you're subs or new subs, be sure to check out, we added a whole bunch of new emotes to the channel. Art Guy did a great job with them. We refreshed a couple of the old ones. And then updated a few as well. Added a few new ones as well. Changed out some of the ones that really didn't get used and were like awkward old art. Yeah, they're going to bring in Rest in Peace. That's why we're bringing in 3 copies of Archer. Now, I think if the game gets to that point, Bagaboosh, we're just losing. Like, I think bringing in Alpine Moon in this matchup shows a misunderstanding of what our role is in the matchup. We aren't the control deck. We're trying to get under the opponent. I don't think so, Burgle. Post board, I expect them to have 2 to 3 searches, 2 to 3 Azcantas, and 2 to 3 detention spheres. So I think having 3 wear tears in my 75 is actually very reasonable. I feel like I have enough targets. Yeah, we drew our Miser Looting. I wasn't done with my trainee mode. This is probably not a position where I jam Ascension, right? I think I just pass for now since I have infinite lands in my hand. Again, you want to prioritize leaving your basics in your deck against the Field of Rune Path to Exile deck. That way, their cards kind of have a more of a drawback against us by leaving those in there. Sure. I would like to destroy your thing, please. I think I'm holding this Plains. Think I'm holding this Plains. Like, they waited until they had 4 mana, so like they obviously have a 2 mana counter spell here, right? No, I don't think so. If I didn't jam it on 2, I'm definitely not jamming it now. Yeah, looting into cantrips probably is unreasonable. I want to take one more draw here, I think. Do 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 do. I think it's a land drop. Nope. He's like, this turn, I can looting plus draw negate plus go Ascension with negate up, which is nice. I mean, I have 15 points in my hand, right? Do I just bin the wear tear and just like play a burn deck? We're definitely binning the plains. Do I bin the wear tear? That's Baku Visions. I want you to remember, chat, when art like this, when this art makes it to production, like actually gets printed on a Magic card, this has to be approved by multiple people. More than just the person who painted this looked at this artwork. It was like, yeah, that's fine. Put it on a Magic card. Keep that in mind. We don't kink shame here. You're allowed to like that art. It's okay. It's okay to like that artwork. I think I'm supposed to kill the Teferi here because there's no way I'm winning through it. Small indie company still getting their footing underneath them. They'll figure things out eventually. Nah, I don't think we're in a position to fully burn them out here. All right, welcome to the Space Jam. They have Terminus in their deck still? That's unfortunate. Samuraius, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime support there. Welcome, I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me employed here this month. Bye, friend. Move along with our lives here. I want you to come on a journey with me here, chat, as I sit down, eat a little bit of a snack here in this post-lunchtime period. I have Jungle Fruit Passion Trail Mix. I'll give you a full report here in a minute, because I know you're as excited for this as I am. Man, I really want more. I really want this last Faithless Looting in my deck. The second looting. That's a tough call between Chipotle and Panera. The fact that the Baja mac and cheese exists now is really awesome. I also just like the Panera delivers and my Chipotle does not deliver, so that's definitely a thumbs up for Panera. Sounds fine. Definitely just gonna get can tripping here. I think I'm gonna top a second thing here. I think I'm gonna go thing. Noodles and Company is dead to me. They got rid of their truffle mac and cheese, which was the best thing on their menu. The Chipotle local to me does not deliver currently. Believe me, I checked. Listen, as a proud member of the Chiptopian Society who had free catering, I've eaten more than my fair share at Chipotle, okay? I understand its deliciousness. This trail mix is actually pretty good. I did something that was incredibly un-American while I was at the store. And, I I intentionally looked for a trail mix that didn't have candy in it. I like ignored the ones that had a bunch of chocolate pieces in it. I was like, I just want fruit and nuts. Let's be like pseudo healthy. It's actually pretty reasonable. A lot of good fruits in there. I am on mute and talking. I am not on mute and talking. When I am on mute, there's an icon right here. It's the awesome thing about my stream. Not muted. Not muted. See, it's great. Technology's good. A mod can untype out McBenny, but I just needed to let them know how I feel about their comment there. All right, I'll end. All right, you're back, Mick. We still love you even if you're wrong. So this is spell 1, 2, 3. I can actually Bedlam Reveler this turn, right? I can go, so this is spell 3. I can go Manamorphose, draw both of these. That puts spells 5 or 3 or 4, 5 in the bin, and then Bedlam Reveler costs 3. Sorry, we're bad. Have some free guac. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the opt is free as well. What are your thoughts on Firemind's research from Guild System? I don't know what that card does. Cannon Gear. You dispelled my Manamorphose. That's incredibly rude. I want the Bedlam Reveler that's on top of my deck. So I'm going to decline to search with this path. Huh. Now I'm just supposed to jam Ascension, right? So I don't want to discard the Ascension to my Bedlam Reveler. So I'm going to wait to wear tier here. Because if my opponent has Logic Knot, I don't want them to be able to Logic Knot me by paying 1 for X. Make blue-red here, I think. It's going to go ahead and pass the turn. Actually can end step this bolt and then still untap and play Bedlam Reveler, since we have 5 lands in play. Got that going for us. Listen, I want to establish something that's very important here, chat. This is the Tex-Mex quality hierarchy. It goes Chipotle, Qdoba, Moe's. That's the ordering. Any other ordering anybody else has ever told you about is wrong. Those are the order they go in. This is important stuff. Take notes. What about Taco Bell? Unfortunately, I still can't play this Bedlam Reveler out after this. But again, I just like don't want to discard a card like Ascension here. Chipotle's not like an authentic burrito. Chipotle, again, it's Tex-Mex. It's like Americanized burritos. All right, let's start with this. Woo, that triggers our candy, chat. Look at all of our candy just being like, yo, dog. Faithless Looting. I don't think I want either of these. Man, I don't have either of these cantrips in my bin. That's such a tilt. Because I'm going to fetch with this first before we do anything else. Someone on stream the other day was like, imagine if Serum Visions was Scry 2, then draw a card. And we're like, yeah, it's called Preordain and it's banned, dog. I would love a Manamorphose. Get in for 4 here. So they need to not only deal with our 2 creatures in play, but they also need to deal with the Pyromancer's Ascension here, or they're very dead. Baku Visions. Would scry 1, draw a card. That's an interesting card. I don't know. I think that card would probably be better than Opt in a lot of decks, but I don't know that it's too... honestly, it isn't even just about the raw power level of cantrips. Just having a critical mass of playable cantrips makes for a lot of degeneracy. All right, if we hit a cantrip with this, the game should be over. I'm intentionally not playing out Thing in the Ice because I don't want to, like, send my monk away. Just boop you. Boop you right on the nose. Just boop you with this Lightning Helix. Oh, you know what? I should do this post-combat. Because if they had Cryptic Command here, they could get an extra turn. Looks like they're dead, though. I would like Brainstorm in Modern. You and most people. Draw one, put one back on top of your deck is not a playable card. That's card disadvantage. That's not actually a cantrip. That's a card that puts you down a card. No one would play that. You're spending a card to pick one up and put one back. It would need to be like draw two, put one back. It's just like, and again, like, part of the thing that makes, especially from like a spectator format, well, CBon shuffles it back into the deck, right? And it's not an instant. Yeah, it shuffles the card back in. Like, waiting for people to cast cantrips is one of the worst experiences about playing Magic. Change my mind. It's just like sitting there while they diddle around and do effectively nothing but sculpt their hand, just like takes so long. Shuffling. Shuffling is also bad. To be fair, the best cantrips are also paired with cards that shuffle, making them even worse. Alright, I think I Serum Visions here on one, digging for Ascensions and Thing in the Ices. That's perfect. I think in the dark I just like keep all of these. Is there a creature matchup I definitely want Thing? Could be Jund, could be Mardu Pyromancer, could be a Brew. A few different things. I like that this deck's pretty reasonable against Blood Moon. Not only do we have a lot of fetches in our deck, but we also have Manamorphose to play through it, which is nice. Nah, boats are banned. It can't be a boat. Glad I kept an Insurance Helix on top. I'm gonna wait to fetch on this for a hot second until we know exactly what they're doing. Wow, just stone cold nothing, huh? Scale of 1 to dead. Where's this thing in the ice at? What are we working with here? Ooh. Ooh, piece of candy. I'll get an island here, I think. Play TT. Do you like my TT's opponent? Aren't they beautiful? Don't you think my TT's are beautiful, opponent? The Discord is for channel subscribers and Patreons, and you can learn how to join it here. It's not, again, cantrips aren't even purely about power level. Cantrips create negative gameplay experiences, in my opinion. Too many cantrips make decks too consistent, which removes variety from gameplay. And variety in gameplay, it's important to distinguish, doesn't mean high variance. Variety in gameplay refers to... what do I keep here? Knight with the sub gift. Thank you very much for that. Random guy, enjoy. I think I keep the Manamorphose because it guarantees I flip Thing in the ice next turn. Because I have the Faithless Looting. I mean, like, there's a world where I brick on 3 draws and don't get to flip my Thing next turn. Hey, Doof Monster, new emotes are fire. I agree. I have my graphics guy working on an updated Buckle Up emote as well. It's still gonna be Buckle Up, but it's gonna be more in line with the other text ones that we have. Gosh, keeping Manamorphose was the nut. Definitely 10 out of 10 the correct play. Whew! Oh, you like to draw cards, Pyromancer. You like to draw cards, do ya? Do you like to draw cards? Whew. Whew. Even like Pyromancer into push is their best sequence here, and like that's still pretty bad against what we have going on. Oh, sure. Sure, Thoughtseize, kill you. Kill you with the Faithless Looting in my graveyard. Yeah, yeah, get him. Get him. Jeskai kill stuff. Thank you for the support there. I appreciate that. I think this is a path out matchup. Anger Mentor in. Path out, Anger Mentor. Burgle, are you still here? Burgle's my crutch when I play this deck because he's played it a lot. Random guy is continuing the sub gift. That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, this deck is like if Jeskai, Control, and Storm like teamed up. This is a Xerox deck, yep. And remember, if this is your first time, seeing this deck, maybe the first time on the channel, you're gonna want to be sure to check out my website as well. Reebok Dragonite. Thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me employed here this month. This deck list, along with tons of other deck lists, can be found on my website, jeffhoagland.com. I believe I have this one in the high potential section because it feels very powerful every time we play it, but it hasn't quite had a top beta major event yet. I'm building this one. It's probably gonna take me. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, we've always played Faithless Lootings in this deck. This list has been pretty close to this for a while. So the list that was originally submitted, Burgle had worked on for a little bit. He took a shell that was somewhere else posted online and then like trimmed out some of the cute stuff. Search for Iskanta is interesting. Kind of overload their enchantment removal. Yeah, this deck is a healthy mix of control meets I can kill you, just like the blue-red tempo deck is a healthy mix of, well, I can play a control game, but I can also kill you, right? Like what this deck does is it's able to close games very quickly, but it's also able to be interactive in matches where being interactive is good. Let me put something on the sub message I'll ask here. I'm hopping into Modern after 6 months hiatus, and I was wondering what you thought of the Revolt Zoo deck. I think the Revolt Zoo deck is really sweet. It's one that we've played a couple of times on stream now, and it's felt really good. It's actually back in the queue again already. Canning Gear added it again, so it'll be coming up soon-ish. Where is it at? It is currently at 9th in the queue, and we're going to clear 4 decks off today. So Revolt Aggro will probably happen either over the weekend or on Tuesday. That doesn't quite qualify for me on Monday. What's going on, Alex? Yeah, we're in match 3 of this last league. About another hour or so. When I'm going to start playing Standard for SCGCon. Probably the week or 2 leading into it. I do plan to play some Standard next week, though. We're going to do at least 1 day of Standard next week. I had someone send in a few $50 donations to put a bunch of Standard decks into the queue so we could do some testing before the Columbus Open. Because while I'm not playing Standard in Columbus, I am playing on a team, and one of my teammates is playing Standard, so I want to be familiar with the lines and things that are going on. I am not sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to be on again later today. Need to figure out what mine and Christy's plans are. I think Christy said she was going to play bingo tonight, which probably means I'll be on after the kids go to bed, but that wouldn't be till late. Sherman, thank you for the 5-month free subs. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Do I want to just anger here? Is anchoring here too aggressive? Like, I could Bedlam this turn. I could also, like, Sleight plus Faithless Looting. I kind of want to just like Morphose again here and get red, because then I get to like put my 4th land into play next turn. I'm gonna red. I'm gonna play this, then cast Anger, I think. And like next turn, I can like Sleight of Hand plus Bedlam Reveler. Yep. This line kind of gets punished if my opponent finds a Thoughtseize, but at the same time, like we have so many cantrips, like we're probably gonna find our way into more action. I'm not sure when my weekend stream is going to be this weekend. I will definitely be live at some point this weekend, but just like I'm not sure if I'm going to be on tonight or not, I need to talk to Christy and find out what our weekend plans are. I'm a good boy who does as he's told. Start with Sleight of Hand, see where we get. Perfect. Ding. I'm playing Warhammer on mobile. It's fun, but I'm having difficulty figuring out when I'm ahead. Any suggestions for new players? It's one of the things I've actually struggled with too, Wing Magus. So basically, the best conclusion I've come to is that the 2 metrics for figuring out when you're ahead in the Warhammer game is the health total, unlike in Magic, is actually a pretty good indicator of how far ahead or behind you are, and how many cards you currently have in hand is a good metric too. So like if you're up a bunch on cards but behind a little bit on health, you could potentially still be okay, basically. Would I play any Delve cards in this deck? There aren't Jeskai Delve cards. I guess there's blue Delve cards? Probably not. I really don't want to fight with Bedlam Reveler in my Ascension. And like none of the blue Delve cards are very good, right? I think I'm bottoming this just like looking for more cantrips. I request a timeout. Toxic Flames, thank you very much for the 2-month resubscription there. Welcome back. I think I just ditched these 2, right? Just like pass the turn here. Because like there's a good chance my Thing in the Ice dies this turn, right? And I like want this Anger to clean the board up. And they don't have white mana yet, so they can't interact with this just yet. It kind of sucks that I'm not going to be able to Anger plus Bedlam Reveler next turn because I'm short on red sources, but again, Sands of Thoughtseize will be in a pretty reasonable spot. To get kind of ahead here, I think my opponent would probably need to have both Thoughtseize and I think I'm just gonna let this happen. Both Thoughtseize plus a discard spell. As a flashback looting, sure. Actually, I wonder, that attack there kind of implies they have either a Collective Brutality or a Lightning Bolt. So, like, if I cast this Anger, I might lose my Thing. Am I supposed to lead on Faithless Looting next turn? If I draw a 1-mana cantrip, I might lead on Faithless Looting and potentially just try to flip the Thing in the Ice to clear the board. Perhaps I should have kept the other Faithless Looting in my hand to, like, to potentially accelerate into the Thing flipping. You're fine. This is the link to get into the Discord here. Keep in note that if you're on mobile, you need to be on desktop to link your accounts up. They discarded Thoughtseize. Inquisition. All right, well, now we only have one choice. Well, now this is super easy to start, actually, right? Are they dead? Are they dead? There's a chance. This deck is so sweet. Our first match was really sad today, but guys, this deck, every time we play this deck, it's just like, man, this deck is great. No, I think Grixis Delver is better. Traverse Shadow just like loses to Graveyard Hate and other things like that. Always feels threat-like to me. My opponent said in chat, at least buy me dinner first. Oh, bless you, opponent. Oh, more Bedlam Revelers! Yay, Bedlam Reveler! Yeah, I definitely personally prefer Grixis Delver to any form of Shadow. Oh, but I wasn't done drawing cards yet, opponent. Come back! Alright, well, after losing to, or conceding to, Restore Balance, we've beaten Blue-White Control and, Mardu Pyromancer here. This deck definitely stompies on the fair decks a little bit, which is fun. Any decks where Surgical is good, this deck's pretty sweet too, because you just have so many cantrips to find your Surgicals. We really just don't have tools to be good against something like Restore Balance. We've got like 2 negates and that's it. This hand could be anything, chat. This hand could be anything. I don't even know. I don't even know what this hand is. Do you know what this hand is? Yeah, I've liked Bedlam Reveler. Bedlam Reveler's been better than... Pick your favorite, opponent. Pick your favorite. Which one do you like? I don't know which one I like. It's an illusion. Hey, look, they took the only card that was guaranteed to be a thing. Everything else is up in the air at the moment. Yeah, you can find my current preferred Grixis Delver list on my website, jeffhoagland.com/decklist. We streamed it a few times in the last week. The Stream Decker on mobile is very buggy and often does not update. I think I'm going to go top here. Because I want the white source from the Flooded Strand. And then this way, if my opponent plays something that I want a Lightning Helix, I can draw the Lightning Helix. And if they don't have something that I want a Lightning Helix, I can shuffle it away. Tarmogoofy. I probably actually don't want the Lightning Helix in the face of that. I'll grab a Hallowed Fountain here. Huh. Yeah, I think I'm just going to keep these. And then I'm going to go ahead and cast Looting here and ditch Flooded Strand, extra Looting. Seems good. I don't know, Jackal Girl. Seems like a good idea. Am I taking donos for Warhammer? I am 0. I should probably put a thing on the spreadsheet. I've got one in the pipeline right now. Same deal as everything else. $10 gets you on the list. The only thing to know about Warhammer is Warhammer's never going to cut into Magic Time. It's always going to be extra streams. So there isn't a like set guarantee of how much Warhammer I'm going to play in a given week. At a minimum, I'm going to do a couple of hours, but it'll probably vary a little bit week to week. Thing in the Ice is like almost certain to die here, right? And I want this Lightning Bolt to kill this Tarmogoyf. Like Bolt plus Helix like team up to kill the Goyf. Yeah, they have plans for a PC client at some point. They don't have a roadmap or anything like that though. What video games main to, if any? We play Overwatch with some consistency. If you want to watch us stream Overwatch sometime, my wife and I usually play together and we stream it on her Twitch channel, twitch.tv/curlydactyl. Yeah, looks like straight green black on their other side. Sure. I have a basic plains. Is this deck through threat light? I actually don't know the answer to that question. I am unsure. This is my first time playing this matchup. Why do you feel dead here? Like I just killed their Tarmogoyf and like I have things left. They're probably gonna kill this thing in the ice, but like they have to kill us, chat. Remember, we're the beatdown in this matchup. We're a combo deck. And our opponent needs to like actually have tools to beat us. And like if they aren't actually killing us, like everything else they did doesn't matter, right? Like they can disrupt, but if they don't actually like end the game, like we're probably fine. He's dead, Jim. I played a little bit of D&D, I played a lot of D&D during undergrad, but it's been a while since I've played. Just like Bedlam Reveler at any point here, just like probably wins the game on the spot. Ascension, also great. Start with Opt and see where we go from there. White, blue. Oh my god. Oh my god, I made white blue instead of red, and then I couldn't cast this Bedlam Reveler. Please don't draw Thoughtseize. Please don't draw Thoughtseize. Yay, no justice stream. I'm behind a whole turn here, but at least I still have my Bedlam Reveler. I'm behind a whole turn, but at least I have the Bedlam Reveler. He's dead, Jim. So we're gonna go like cantrip into Manamorphose here, ideally. How about cantrip into Path Your Threat, turn my Ascension on, into play my land, play Bedlam Reveler, draw 3 cards, draw Lightning Bolt, kill your Liliana, kill you. Anybody still concerned about the green-black matchup? Good. Okay, glad we have this. Glad we could have this conversation together, chat. And like they've killed our threats here, but like if they can't kill this Pyromancer's Ascension, we're just gonna kill them as a burn deck. This is the part where we become a burn deck. Yeah, we have 2 lootings in the bin. We have 3 lootings in the bin. White, red. How'd you look at that? Ooh. Gosh, I did it again. I made the wrong colors. It probably doesn't matter. Yeah, like our total, our raw threat count is low, but like we see so many cards every game, right? Go. This is a combo burn deck. This is not a fair deck. Do you have a Doomblade? Nope. All right, you're dead. Fetch the island out of my deck. I think there's an island in my deck. One is land. Island is your land. Island is my land. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Worth noting, they do have a Hissing Quagmire. So they're dead. This is going to dome them for 6 down to 9. They'll fire up the Quagmire and try and block our Awoken Horror. We will Lightning Bolt them in response and then kill the Quagmire with the copy and then hit them for 7. This deck does very powerful things. Very powerful things. So I'm gonna trim 2 Faithless Lootings here. Yeah, exactly, Telepresence. It looks like this weird Jeskai control deck, but then it, like, hits hard and fast and pivots and ends up killing them. So trimming Faithless Looting in these fair matchups is reasonable because remember, Faithless Looting is card selection. It's not a cantrip. It's not card advantage. So while filtering through lands is nice, we don't want to draw too many of them because the first Faithless Looting you cast puts you down cards. And I do like increasing our threat density a small bit in these fair matchups where they're going to have more removal. Can you do me a favor and stop contributing to the inevitable banning of Manamorphose? I enjoy it in JAC. Yep. You basically should never board out Helix and Lightning Bolt in this deck or Manamorphose. Like, those are kind of your core cards. Those are the cards that allow you to combo win the game with Ascension. What lets you turn into a combo burn deck. Thoughts on Pauper as a format? It is incredibly grindy and kind of stale, I'm told by people. All right, so the fact that I drew Sacred Foundry here kind of makes me want to just, like, play this tapped and passed. This is pretty likely to die, though, right? Yeah, I probably just want to, like, play through my cantrips. This thing is, like, pretty unlikely to live. This is great because it lets me hide the Mentor here for a hot second. So I'll get to curve. You need to kill this threat into you need to kill this second threat. Can this deck be played without Tarns? Yeah, you could play Arid Mesa. You'll be a little bit worse against Blood Moon, but you'll be pretty... Hey, your deck's pretty good reasonable against Blood Moon. Yeah, you can definitely play this without Tarns. You need 8 fetches, though. You want 8 Jeskai fetches. No, I personally am not a fan of Vendilion Clique over Obstructionist. I think Obstructionist is just like more flexible in a lot of spots. I'm just gonna like YOLO out this Mentor. They didn't have a land last turn, which means if they have Fatal Push, they probably can't kill her. And like if we get to untap with this Mentor, the game basically ends on the spot. Resolves. Pick your poison. Pick your favorite card that draws more cards. And again, I don't even think I want to play Thing in the Ice here. I think it's just like make 3 tokens and like pass. I have Myers and Deltas. Blue fetches are probably better. If I had to venture a guess. Gosh, next turn's gonna be absurd. Let's go top here. It's just like top, right? I don't even Faithless Looting, so I don't want to discard any of these cards. Go. This is actually a really good example of why trimming Faithless Looting is very reasonable in this matchup. Wait, they like had Mike actually draft in the tournament that he's not playing in? Are they having him play matches? So wait, they had him draft. It's just, you know. Oh, Watsy. Nothing to see here. Just cantripping. Don't mind me. Just cantripping. And they're obligated to chump block here, so there's no reason to cast another spell. Oh, he was in the tournament, but they changed what pod he was in. Oh. I can't... Is that better or worse? That's probably worse, right? I don't... I did give them a clue. You're not wrong. Alright, so I'm not playing anything else out here because obviously they need Damnation or Languish or Maelstrom Pulse. Alrighty. This deck's like the fair deck killer. It draws so many cards. Just like chews them up and spits them out. While we wrap up today, we got one more match. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Hope everyone's having a great Friday, great start to your weekend. I'll be live again at some point again this weekend, but I don't know exactly when yet. Be sure to follow me here on Twitch and Twitter for notifications of when I go live. I always post when I'm going live. If you want to help keep me here doing this day in and day out, consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people that allow me to do this full time. I wouldn't be here doing this as often as I am without their very wonderful support. Past subscribing, you can also support myself by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. MTGOtraders.com. I love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal and check out them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. BCW Supplies would love to protect your very valuable gaming stuff. They do deck boxes, sleeves, and all sorts of other wonderful things that you can find at bcwsupplies.com. And you can save 10% on your orders there by using code Jeff10. Lisa would like to get you on your way to a better night's sleep. Christy and I have been sleeping with Lisa for the last 3 months now, and we really enjoy it. I don't think we'd ever go back to a traditional pillow top mattress. You can save $160 or more on your new mattress with them by checking out links bit.ly/HugelbedUS and bit.ly/HugelbedCA. Yeah, this hand's great. This hand is great. Sign me up. Flooded Strand. Ascension. Ascension. This deck is basically already a burn deck, PK. So, I'm not really sure. Do you mean just like cutting the cantrips? I think Ascension in general gets much, much worse without the cantrips to power it out. And if you want to play cantrips to power the Ascension anyways, you might as well play Thing in the Ice. It's an incredibly aggressive card. Thing in the Ice is the type of card that when you need to be aggressive, you can be aggressive, but you can also use it to control the board, which is very good. Cast this to start, see what they do here. I've not seen a Sarkhan Unsealing deck. That's nice. You get to pin one of each of these. And jam this Ascension in here. Yeah, that's the actual mistake they made. They shouldn't have posted the pods in advance, and then they wouldn't have known anything got reshuffled. I've got bad news for you. Life's not fair, and you should get over it. But Jeff, my entitlements, you're entitled to nothing. Wizards of the Coast is a for-profit company that's trying to do what's best for their business so they can continue making Magic the Gathering cards. And if you don't like it, there's plenty of other games out there that would love for you to play, I'm sure. So, my opponent's deck is a burn deck, but they have Paths and Field of Runes. Do I want to shock here? Kind of want to shock here. Going down to 14 could be scary though. So I actually get to get Ascension online here too, which is great. So I get to go ahead and cast this Looting, which triggers Ascension and flips my thing. We get it, Piff. Life's not fair and you're upset and somebody took your favorite toy when you were a small child and yada, 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 yada. It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life. Do 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 do. Man, bounce your Thing in the Ice while there's an Ascension in play. Nah, I think Delver plus Thing in the Ice it's a little bit too much of a non-bow between them. And I don't think, like, the payoff that Delver of Secrets offers is worth the downside that you're gonna get. This is just gonna tuck my Ascension. Although I guess if they tuck my Ascension, I get to just, like, bolt this, which is nice. If you want to have fun, the actual answer is that you should try both formats via proxying decks, then find the ones that appeals to you more personally. It's not Gengar. Just people feeling entitled to things, because that's how people are. So I want to hold the Helix because there's already a Helix in my bin. So this Helix is an Ascension trigger. I found a $50 bill. That's unfortunate for us. I think I just pass here now. I could flashback this looting. I guess I'm going to flashback the looting, actually. Because, like, I really don't want this path to Exile, right? Like, I'll probably draw a land here, too, that I can discard. Yeah, so it's like, get through some cards that I don't want to see. Thanks, Gio. Yeah, little extra percentage points that you can get from paying attention to things like that. For sure. It's another Teferi. It's Hardcast Terminus. Yep, bye, friend. Don't mind me. Just cantripping. Cantripping. Well, if you want to play Magic in paper, unfortunately, it requires friends. That's I don't know that I can help you with your I don't have friends problem, other than suggesting you be more sociable. No, I haven't played either of those games, Gamrio. Ugh, that's poop. Am I gonna flashback looting? I want to flashback looting. So where we go. That's pretty good. $30 cards in our deck, chat. Thought I was finally gonna get to attack, opponent. Way to take that away from me. I'm excited to give people the good old Stoneforge Mystic experience at F&M. That's great. The Stoneforge Mystic experience. What a great thing to call that. Make blue-red with this, probably. Cast Treasure Cruise. Ugh, are we about to get Cryptic Commanded again? It's gonna be Logic Knot. Smells like Logic Knot. Note the 26 card deck to the 42 card deck. I'd also like to point out, based on how quickly I've been playing, that we're actually up 20 seconds on clock on the opponent right now with how many decisions I've made. Vantage, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here this month with that. We're probably gonna have a hard time keeping up with this Azcanta, since we weren't able to stick the Bedlam, and we were unable to get an Ascension going here. They forgot to activate Azcanta. Deal. No, I just wear the clothes my wife buys me, and she bought me a bunch of superhero t-shirts. I think Past in Flames a little bit win more. And generally, people are bringing in Graveyard Hate against your deck anyway, so like bringing in more cards that lean into the Graveyard strategy doesn't seem ideal. Yeah, you should sell, if you have Dark Confidants and you don't plan to play them, you should sell them now before people realize that that card's not good in Green Black Rock. When? Yeah, I think our issue this game, Telepresence, was just that we didn't have any action in the top half of our deck. I had like exactly like of our four Ascensions and our 2 Bedlam Revelers, we only had like 2 of those in 36 cards. So like if we would have had like 3 of those in 36 cards, they probably wouldn't have been able to answer all 3 and we'd be okay here. I'm gonna go ahead and back this one. I'll take a draw at Faithless Looting. If we had Faithless Looting, we can maybe pull back into it. But if we don't draw Looting here or something to do, I'm gonna be done. Let's move on to the next game. Do you think Bant Company is the best green-white creature deck in Modern? Like the Devoted Company deck? Probably. Beep, beep, I'm a Jeep. Driving in my car, beep, beep. Do, 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 do. It's gonna move along. We're not gonna lose this game for a number of turns, but we're definitely not winning. So Jeskai doesn't usually have Rest in Peace in their sideboard, so I'm not gonna bring in the Wear Terrors. I'm just gonna cut the Path Exiles and bring in the Mentors and the Negates. And like they could have Rest in Peace, but they usually don't. Nick Miller and Cedric Phillips just like throwing shade. Just love it. Would you play Jund without Dark Confidant? I wouldn't play Jund. I think you should just register. You should just register Green Black. I think with the advent of Assassin's Trophy, especially, the last compelling reason to play Jund, which was a removal spell that kills large creatures, is gone. And there really aren't compelling reasons left to be playing Jund in Modern. Yeah, blue-white's different than Jeskai Immortal. Rest in Peace is stock in blue-white control sideboard, but it's not stock in Jeskai control sideboard. Jeskai tends to lean into Snapcaster Mage more, which makes it them a worse rip deck on average. Read my Green Black Rock article here for my thoughts on Dark Confidant and why I'm not a huge fan of him. Jund really doesn't close that much faster. And like, if closing faster is your argument to play a deck, you probably shouldn't play a mid-range deck. Like if you're worried about closing power, play a deck that can like actually kill people. Don't like register Tarmogoyf. Bye. We are 3-1. We're down a game here against Jeskai control. It's decent here. There's a good chance this just eats it and dies, but I definitely just like in the market to run this out. It's definitely a matchup where you just want to like run them out of stuff. Eventually, like, so keep throwing noodles at the wall and eventually one of them will stick. That's true. Dark Confidant in Jund is great because it kills you very quickly. What? What? Yes, please, thank you. We lost to Restore Balance. I mean, unless they have a Supreme Verdict next turn, they should be pretty dead here. Yeah, they could opt into Terminus, sure. And they can successfully get their 1-for-1. It's slow and terrible, like most decks people like in Modern. Am I ever not in for a Manamorphose? Come on now. I think Assassin's Trophy is going to encourage like people who have a lot of TCG experience to like explore green-black in Modern again. And I would not be surprised if they didn't come to the conclusions of like Field of Ruin and Tracker being very good. Other decks that are fast and terrible, Narset Cannon. That deck's hilarious at least. Wait, did they tap their white source to opt there? Why would they tap their white source to opt there? They have Supreme Verdict? They must have Supreme Verdict, right? They must have Supreme Verdict. Come on, tap out for a Jace. Okay, that makes sense. So I'm gonna cast Thing in the Ice. I'm gonna cast Manamorphose. Well, we know they have Terminus in their deck because they cast Terminus last game. Do I want to cast Bedlam here? No, they literally cast Terminus for 6 mana last game. Now I really don't want to cast Bedlam. I want to get this flipped as soon as possible, so I can get the Mentor into play too. I don't know, maybe, like, everybody thinks splashing a third color is free in Modern. It's really not. Just, like, couldn't be further from the truth. Yep. Welp. Got so many choices, chat. Got so many choices. Life is great. Life is great. Is splashing? No, it's not Ocean because like it kind of depends on what matches you're sideboarding it for, because like if you're playing one shock to like play a card against a Jeskai deck, that's not good enough because they're just gonna Field of Ruin you off it, leaving you with a bunch of uncastable spells. Sure. Is this dead? I get to untap with this? Deal. We have too many threats at the moment, which is a little awkward, but I guess we're just gonna like do the thing. It's a logic knot. If they have Big Tef here, we could be in trouble. Oh, it's just Jace the Mind Sculptor. Sure, that one's fine. Well, I mean, our deck does cast a lot of spells in the same turn. They are, in fact, sculpting our minds. My poor mind. My poor mind. Have mercy upon it. Sculpt gently. Oh my god, this costs... I could have played this. I forgot that this card costs less through Damping Sphere. It's just like Delve. Oh, that's so busto. What if they bounce our Bedlam Reveler, chat? What if they bounce our Bedlam Reveler? Oh no! Oh no! Not my Bedlam Reveler. Please sculpt gently. Bye, friends. Oh, I should have opted. No, I wanted to hold the opt to trigger with this other Ascension. Was the reason why I did it. The reason why I did that. Oh, I messed up. I didn't realize I didn't have a lightning bolt in my bin. Or a helix in my bin. Do I think this deck is good? Yeah, this deck consistently performs well every time we play it. It's in the high potential section on my deck list site for a reason. One of those decks that feels good every time we play it, but people don't really play it in the real world, so it doesn't have any top 8s. Might just kill them with Bolt during their upkeep. I don't know. That assumes like that they have nothing. And like if they have any kind of counterspell, I leave them with a Jace the Mind Sculptor. So like if they have a thing and then they like have a Jace the Mind Sculptor because they had a thing, we could be in trouble. I don't think I want to bring in Wear Tear. I think like Damping Sphere is just like pretty whatever. I think we can play through it reasonably most times like we did that game. It's like annoying, but like not enough that I'm willing to bring in Wear Tear. If they'd shown us Rest in Peace too, I would like snap off bringing in all the Wear Tears, but I think like just Damping Sphere is not enough reason to bring it in. Looking for a red source, a red source, a red source. So, Cat, thank you for the brand new Twitch Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Welcome, welcome. Hey. Remember when we wanted a red source for Christmas? Bridge Farm remembers. I think this is just bottoms up here. No, that's not true. I'm going to take the Serum Visions. I don't have a blue cantrip. Is the 75 for this deck locked down? Yeah, we've played the same 75 the last few times. I like this list a lot. The last two times we played this, this is a deck Burgle tuned a good bit. And then every time we've played it, I've just been like, yep, these card choices feel right and these numbers feel good. Over Sleight of Hand. No, you want the card selection more than anything. This deck already has lots of ways to generate really powerful card advantage, so like putting more card advantage in it doesn't really make sense. Like when you make changes to decks, you want to be solving problems that the deck has, and like shoving more card advantage in my deck that's like already filled to the brim with it just doesn't make sense. This deck generally is pretty good in the matches where grinding is important. Yep. Honestly, this deck draws so many cards that with a card like Visions in it, you would realistically be in danger of decking out a non-zero amount of games. It would actually be a very real concern. All right, so because they have this, I'm going to be required to start sequencing some on my turn and some on their turn. I just want to get spells in my bin. I just want to play through my hand so we can, like, cast this Bedlam Reveler. Hopefully they tap out for Jace here. We just, like, bolt your Jace, untap, helix your Jace, play Bedlam Reveler, kill you. I've got 6 cards in my bin right now. I shaved my neck beard off this morning. If they timed you out for saying Magic is full of neckbeards, does that mean they're trying to imply that, like, having a neckbeard is a bad thing? Does that just mean they're forwarding the negative stigma surrounding neckbeards? Why do you hate my people, Wasi? Wasi is beard shaving us. A neck beard, basically. So, like, you see how my let's give a lesson a neck beard. Do you see how my beard, kind of like my chin strap here, a neck beard is on your actual neck. So, like, when I don't shave this off here, this is what a neck beard is. When you're not well kept. What do I think of Thought Scour in this deck? I think Thought Scour is worse than the other cantrips that we're already playing. Partially because, like I mentioned earlier, like, there's games where you, like, kind of get in danger of decking out with this deck, and, like, Thought Scouring yourself can be a real liability in those instances. My hand is kind of full of medium cards at the moment. Flashback Faithless Looting and see where we go. Oh, the places we go. Oh, the things we'll see, chat. The things we'll see. The terrible, horrible things we'll see. I think I want to make land drops here. Because of this Damping Sphere. Joke's on you, I can't grow hair in those areas. Well, see, I don't have any hair on my head, so the hair's got to go somewhere. I can't be quiet for 10 minutes on the internet. It was past correct. My children have copious amounts of hair. It's a decent draw. That's funny, Deggles. Make some friends and give them extra copies of your cards. Go ahead and try and kill their threat here. They've cast 2 spells, so they can't cast most counter spells here. Killian Barrier Guard is a Warhammer TCG card. Yeah, I use the term threat loosely, right? Yep. Everything goes up on YouTube immediately. Going for broke. No, Wet Ball does not punish the Ascension copies. The Ascension copies are copied and placed onto the stack. They're not actually cast. It's a Logic Knot, or do you have a cryptic command that you need to crack your Scalding Tarn to cast? Looks like they have a cryptic command. That's unfortunate. Oh, just a Logic Knot. Whoa! OP, you messed up. OP done goofed, chat. OP done goofed. X is 2, you say. X is 2, you say. I think they forgot about the Wet Ball. I think they exiled 1, not realizing that the Wet Ball made them pay an extra 1. Gotcha. Ha! Got him! So, you're saying there's a chance. That's all I need, chat. All I need's a chance. Take a chance on me. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. That's fine. That's fine. We'll be bottom of my deck. We'll be back to him soon enough. Back to him. Back to him plenty soon. Bottoms up. Waiting ages for every action. Goldie Sasquatch, Godly Sasquatch, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for supporting mine here with that this month. Should I bottom bolts when they're at 7? That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that question. I don't actually know the answer to that question. I have more Faithless Lootings in the bin, so I'm gonna hold on to this Island for now. Island is your land, Island is my land. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. My Lightning Helix brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, do 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 do. I just don't want to play the land out here. I have a Faithless Looting in my bin, so I'd rather like loot through the bin. I'm like, I've bottomed 4 cards under the Reveler, so and if they want to cryptic this, they have to like crack their Scalding Tarn. How dead are you? Gonna get lots of Terminus. Yeah, we are currently have 23 cards in our deck, and they have 35 in theirs. Oh no! Oh no! We're playing Jeskai. Fresh on Ixie. Fresho Nixie. Fresh on Ixie or Fresho Nixie? Which is it? Let me know. Thank you for the 2-month resub there. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Red blue here. I think I'm just gonna do this. Am I? Yeah, let's do this. What microphone use? I have a Blue Yeti microphone. The audio quality is great. The mute button is terrible. Sure. So it has a click when it clicks in, and it doesn't always actually click mute when it makes a click sound, which sucks. I think I'm in the market to negate this Path to Exile. We're 3-1 in this league currently. This is game 3 of the last match. I don't think I'm going to cast these Ascensions because... Am I through all 4 lootings? I have 1 more looting in my deck. I'm not going to cast these Ascensions because I don't think they do anything at this point with the Relic in play. Jerry's never getting a preview card again. How many bolts are left in my deck here? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's actually only 1 more bolt left in my deck. That's pretty unfortunate. We might actually struggle to close here. I really just need like hit a chain of cantrips. Super rewarded for holding on to the Faithless Looting. I need to flash this back. So I could play Scalding Tarn and then flash this back in response. And I think I just need to do this now. I just don't want to discard. I want this to have this to discard, I mean. Maybe I'm supposed to shuffle first. I don't know. Oh. Yeah, artifacts being designed by Garfield. We might run out of cards here, actually. Yep. You know, like Super Mortality, right? Well, we get beat by the Relic, and yeah, the Mentor resolving is really good for us. This has been a long league. We're almost 2 hours. I think Mentor takes over a game a lot more quickly. post board, people also tend to board down on like some of their targeted spot removal against you, which matters. I have a Negate left in my deck still. I have a Negate left in my deck still. No, this is game 3. I'm pretty sure this is game 3. I think this is game 3. They do only have 4.5 minutes to kill me. You're not wrong. All right, this is it. Go. This is my mentor's last stand. So we have 4 lethal attackers. They can't crack this fetch land, which means they can't cast a Supreme Verdict this turn. They could set up Opt into Terminus. Oh, Crack Relic works too. Yep. So if they have a Terminus to set up here, we could be in trouble. I'm Jeff Hoagland, and this is my Twitch stream. I work here with my wife, my 2 sons, Jake and Declan. One thing I've learned in those 3 years, you never know what modern staple I'm going to be playing. Thanks for the 9 months, Frenzy Mage. I appreciate that. Welcome back. But it said good game, so I assume they're dead. All right, sweet. We hit the 4-1 there. We conceded match 1 to restore balance, because that matchup's probably unwinnable. We don't really have tools to be competitive there, but this deck's really sweet. Just to, plug myself again really quick. I don't think I'd make any changes in here. This is a deck list that some other people have worked on in Tune that I like a lot. You can find this exact deck list along with a bunch more videos here on my website, on my deck list page. High Potential, Jeskai, Thing Ascension. You can click here, and there's not only the current deck list on this page, but there's also this YouTube playlist with other leagues where we've played this in the past. This league's gonna get uploaded to YouTube momentarily, and then it'll all be available there. So you can find 2 more leagues with this for another 10 more matches. Thanks everyone for watching today, and I'll be back at some point this weekend, but I don't know exactly when yet. And of course, I'll be back for Meme Monday on Monday. Everybody, have a good weekend wherever you're at in the world, and thanks for dropping by here today. Find someone else who's streaming Modern to give a host to.